Hi, I'm Richard Clark, Archdiocesan and Cathedral Director of Music. Today I'm coming to you from the Cathedral Choir Room. I'd just like to talk to you really briefly about some of the updated protocols regarding music in the Archdiocese of Boston. Up to this point, we've been allowed one cantor and one instrumentalist. We've expanded that possibility to 4 masked singers, and the key word is there, they have to be masked. That is not negotiable, that is an absolute must. Now to clarify, because I've had some questions, if you have a single cantor, at this time they are not required to wear a mask while singing, although I cannot strongly recommend it enough. Please, please, please do. But technically that is not a requirement. However, anything more than that, up to 4 singers, have to wear masks. 2 singers masked, 3, 4, must. Absolutely must. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about that's very important, my biggest concern, the highest level of concern, is rehearsal. Rehearsal is where you can get into trouble. Rehearsal is when you start reading newspaper articles, choirs getting together inside a room for too long, too many people. Key things, ventilation, time, are absolutely important. You'll notice right behind me, there's an open window. This window is about 145 years old. I had to open it very, very carefully. We've got 2 other windows of that, just like it. I'll show you some of the others. Got another open window here. Got another open window down the other end. We've got 2 open doors right here. We've got vents all coming out of there. Want to get some HEPA filters in there, you want to do that too. Plus wearing masks, okay? You can rehearse more safely in that regard. Now, is this redundant? You want to have multiple layers of redundancy. Now, one of the recommendations, one of the guidelines is rehearsing for 30 minutes maximum. Stop, leave the room, clear out. If you don't have windows like this and kind of ventilation like this, you got to leave the room for about 20 minutes, let the air recirculate, and then come back and continue again your rehearsal. If you have a lot of circulation, you can leave for like 5 minutes. 30 minutes tops. Time is not your friend. Now, in terms of masks, this is kind of a garden variety procedure mask. A lot of places make them. You get them on Amazon, maybe like $30 for about 50 of them. Okay. They've got a wire on top. If you're wearing glasses, put these on. You can bend this. It's very well fitting. Your masks have to be well fitting. No gaps all the way around. This, I pinch that there, and it keeps my glasses from fogging up. Oh, here's more masks. See, I'm just filled with masks. My frames here are kind of narrow, so these aren't really too helpful. I need bigger frames that go over this here too, and that helps keep the fog out. Some of you heard some of our videos. I've got singers with wearing masks all the time. We've been doing it even with cantors since the spring. Now, here's one more thing to think about, and I say this is akin to an examination of conscience. Number one, big one, this is a pro-life issue. Okay, if you think I'm exaggerating, I think not. The first funeral that we played here, the first public funeral, was for a friend, 51, my age. Okay, this is not a joke. Other things, you have to think about, what are you doing during the week? You may see the same people once, twice a week to do music with. Where have they been? Where have you been? What circles do you have? What circles do they have? Who are you working for? Who do you need to protect? I'll tell you my situation. I've got 3 kids. I've got 4 kids actually, but 3 of them are in Catholic school. They're in person. And I said, thank God for the Catholic schools. One of them is the St. Paul Choir School. That's a big deal. They are taking precautions like you wouldn't believe. So I'm in contact with all of them. I've got to keep them safe. Okay. I work for the Cardinal. I see him once or twice a week. Got to keep him safe. He's 76. The rector, he's battling cancer. This is no joke. This is serious. I've got family members with type 1 diabetes. I've got family members with lung issues, and of course, you know, my mother's 88 years old, and we haven't seen her since January. Haven't seen some family in about a year. Okay, a lot of us, we're all in the same boat because they're out of state and we can't really travel. I can't work from home. I have to work here. A lot of musicians cannot work from home. So you got to think about that. You need to protect other people. Some singers work in restaurants. I've got singers who do that. Who else is in their household? Do they live with somebody? Do you live with somebody who is an essential worker in another field? Okay, these are all things you got to think about. So when we get together and we want to forget about all our troubles and we have the joy to make music, we're lucky few that can make music together. We're going to protect each other, even if it's just 2 of us. Please, please, please protect each other. I'm praying for you. Please pray for me. We can get through this safely. Tensions are high with so much going on in the world. I'm not asking you to do this to make your lives difficult. The protocol is not there to make your lives difficult. It's to make our lives possible. There are some inconveniences, but we have a greater chance of making some glorious music to serve God and serve God's people. All right. God's peace to all.